The historic Grand Palais in Paris is currently the setting for a unique and monumental artwork. The space is cavernous, with ceilings up to 45 meters high. French artist Daniel Buren has filled it with a very special installation.
It's the largest exhibition space worldwide that's been made available to a single artist. That's quite special, and the architecture of this place is just as unique.
Buren spent 2 years working on the project. His total budget was 3 million euros. The installation is made up of 377 brightly colored horizontal plastic discs. 5 giant mirrors are installed directly beneath the building's dome.
I wanted to work with light and volume. Since I can't compete with the vastness of the Grand Palais, I tried a different approach. I erected mirrors that allow you a different perspective, even from a distance. You can also stand or sit on them. And I used color. I didn't select the shades, by the way. These were the only colors the plastic sheets came in.
But there's nothing coincidental about these stripes. They're always exactly 8.7 centimeters wide. They've become the artist's trademark.
I use these stripes because they don't have any meaning. They're one of the most neutral visual symbols you can imagine. You see them everywhere. I didn't invent them. This is how they're sold everywhere. The stripes repeat and build a rhythm, and they're very vivid. You don't have to be able to read or write to understand them.
The stripes are part of all his artworks. Buren first used the constantly recurring geometric theme to challenge traditional conceptions of art in the 1960s. He often worked on site, producing unsolicited public artworks in and around Paris. Later, he was commissioned for a project at the Palais Royal in Paris. He began the installation in 1985, and his black and white striped columns soon attracted enormous attention. Buren was asked to stop construction, but he refused and finished the project. Now, it's a famous Paris landmark.
It was one of the first commissioned works within a public historical monument. Some conservative people didn't like it. The controversy almost led to my creations being destroyed. Luckily, that didn't happen, and today the place is very popular with children. It wasn't planned that way, but sometimes public artworks develop their own dynamic.
Frequently in galleries we have a rope and we can't touch, we can look, and that's got its place, but I think it's important to have art that we can engage in a physical way.
The once radical artist is now represented in famous museums the world over, such as New York's Guggenheim. Buren has also clinched the art world's most prestigious awards, including the Golden Lion in Venice in 1987 and Japan's Premium Imperial in 2007, a kind of Nobel Prize for art.
Daniel Buren always manages to create new objects, new spaces and new situations. For the past 45 years, he's created exhibitions that have never repeated themselves. There are people who say that Daniel Buren always does the same thing with his stripes, but they have no idea how rich and versatile his work actually is. That's why he's the most famous contemporary French artist.
The vernissage in the Grand Palais has drawn huge crowds. Even France's new president-elect, François Hollande, paid a visit. The unconventional artist's latest installation has got people talking.
The crowds and the artwork mixed together. I like that. You can walk right through this installation. We're in a crisis. There's no money and no ideas, and along comes Daniel Buren with a real explosion of color. It feels good.
Daniel Buren's work at the Monumenta exhibition in Paris is on view through June 21st.